Today's episode is sponsored by MeUndies. To get 15% off your first pair, go to MeUndies.com/InsideGaming.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Instagram for Wednesday.
That's right, it's Wednesday, and I'm looking for sailors. I'm looking for sailors. I'm looking for sailors.
Out of context, that still makes sense.
Another day, another desperate move from the Epic Game Store to buy your love and acceptance.
It's almost like they played Stardew Valley as much as we did. If we give PC players enough carrots, they'll marry us eventually, right, Lawrence?
Oh, don't let me die alone on this farm. Oh, God. But I did make a Pikachu out of flowers, so that's cute.
That is cute, but you're still gonna die alone. Today's dowry comes to all the Shenmue 3 backers that were rightly pissed the game moved from Steam to the Epic Game Store.
No, it's still not coming to Steam anytime soon, but at least you can get a refund now.
Yeah, don't worry, Epic's gonna throw money at the problem, make it all go away, like they always do.
Which is really nice, considering that plenty of its backers were furious that the game is not coming out on Steam like was somewhat originally promised.
Lawrence's YouTube view sense is tingling.
It is. Oh, that's right, we got another Epic Game Store controversy video.
How are you gonna handle all those views?
I got the arms for him. So yeah, my 2% is correct here, although this time gamers aren't just being petty because they don't want to install a new launcher. It's a real serious complaint. Why should I have to
It's talking down to the audience.
move my mouse over there and
I mean,
click on
he's right about
everything?
he's right.
Up until recently, Shenmue 3's backers had assumed they'd be getting the PC version of the game on Steam, probably because literally everything said the game would be coming to Steam. There's a Steam page for the game. For one, the developer used Steam logos and marketing materials, and Steam keys are mentioned in pledged tiers. So I guess that's where people got the idea.
Strange.
Kind of reasonable. But then last month, developer EastNet pulled the old switcheroo and announced the game would be coming to an Epic Game Store instead as an exclusive.
That's a valid complaint because everybody thought it was
Absolutely
going
it
to
is.
Steam and then they moved to Epic. That's a valid complaint on everybody's part that backed the game.
100%, yeah.
It wrote that, quote, in looking for the most enjoyable experience on PC, it was decided together with Deep Silver after much discussion that the Epic Games Store would be the best distribution platform option that gave us money.
Money.
You have to read between the lines, which is money. And the fans took it really well, as we can, let's see the stock footage of that.
What do we put in there? I wonder.
Some sort of rioting or someone jumping off of a building during the
Jumping into a
stock
trash
crisis.
can and
Yeah.
falling over.
And this hurt even worse because the whole reason Shenmue 3 even exists is because of those fans that crowdfunded the game.
Correct, Bruce. The crowdfunding game raised more than $7 million from ardent fans who really, really wanted to see another installment of this strange little franchise.
Really want to see it. Really bad.
I mean, not as much as Star Citizen, but there's enough of you who like sailors and forklifts, so.
They've been waiting a long time for this game. It's been delayed a million times over the years. They recently announced that it's finally, allegedly, coming out this November to where?
The Epic Game Store! Choo-choo!
Wait a
And
minute,
consoles.
hold on.
Money.
Yeah, to make matters worse, the developer EastNet and publisher Deep Silver refused to offer people refunds on their Kickstarter pledges. Which means that no one will trust them ever again. I mean, Deep Silver's kind of hit some stumbling rocks over the Epic Game Store issues. Now Epic's sweeping in, so they're going to cover the cost of the refunds for everybody.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's really great, actually.
CEO Tim Sweeney tweeted that Epic is funding the cost of all Kickstarter refunds resulting from Shenmue 3's move to the Epic Games Store, and the reason, according to Sweeney, is, quote, so that refunds won't reduce EaseNet's development funding.
He went on to say that this situation will not happen again, tweeting, quote, when future games go Epic exclusive after offering crowdfunding rewards on other PC stores, we'll either coordinate with colleagues at the other stores to ensure key availability in advance or guarantee refunds at announcement time.
I like that he's looking into his crystal ball saying, this is going to be a problem again.
He knows.
They've hit this a few times, and I think they've tried to figure out a solution that works for everybody. Turns out it's just going to roll back to Epic, cutting a giant-ass check to make everything good, so.
I mean, overall, it is nice that he is fixing a problem that his company created.
Sort of.
Yeah.
The developers also created the problem,
Money.
considering the developers moved. But
Yeah.
regardless, why is Epic doing this? Well, it's no secret that the Epic Game Store has stepped on a few toes since its launch last year, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, developers love it because they get a more generous revenue split of 88% opposed to Steam, which is 70%. And that can add up to a lot of money. It can basically make or break a game, but Epic has angered gamers with its practice of locking big-name games into exclusive deals. Stuff like The Division 2, Metro Exodus, and Borderlands 3. They all have exclusive deals with the Epic Game Store on PC. And lots of gamers don't like the Epic Game Store, point to things like its massive lack of features compared to Steam, which is 100% valid, not gonna make fun of that. And there were also a few weird conspiracies that the game is a massive piece of spyware for the Chinese government, because I guess they got an investment from a Chinese company, but it's not 51% of their company, so they still have ownership, whatever. Won't get into that, but if you really want to believe that, I guess you do you. That's the good old days, I guess, of xenophobia and American patriotism.
I just assume everything's spyware
That's
now.
what I assume, yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of backlash to the Epic Game Store, but Tim Sweeney is not backing down.
Of course he's not. Recently, he defended Epic's much-hated exclusive deals, saying that they're needed to establish a competitor to Steam.
The old, we're doing this for your own goddamn good defense.
Sweeney said that the 30% revenue cut taken by Steam is hurting developers, he's right, and that Epic's exclusive strategy is proportionate to the problem. That I'm not sure about.
He added, quote, if the Epic strategy either succeeds in building a second major storefront for PC games with an Oh, here, I'll let you in.
Hold on, somebody needs to
Hold
get
on,
in.
we got somebody at the door here.
Do they want to jump in?
They want to talk about the Epic Game Store?
I wanted a bill for a van or something like that.
I'm not even selling my van.
I don't know why he thought that was a door that says like
Recording in
progress. Shut the f up. Sweeney added, quote, if the Epic strategy either succeeds in building a second major storefront for PC games with an 88-12 revenue split, or even just leads other stores to significantly improve their terms, the result will be a major wave of reinvestment in game development and a lowering of costs.
I mean, in essence, he is pretty much right. That's the way capitalism works. Anyways, according to Sweeney, Epic's practices will ultimately benefit gamers, quote, after game storefronts have rebalanced and developers have reinvested more of the fruits of their labor into creation rather than taxation. Wow, Lawrence.
Sweeney 2020.
Yeah, what do you think about that? What do you think about that?
I mean, it's powerful. I think on some level he's right. I think on other levels, like with the bigger companies, maybe like Ubi's pretty good about not just keeping all their money, they reinvest it and stuff like that. So it almost seems like they are striking these exclusive deals with the kind of companies that have a track record of reinvesting money into their products and spooling up more projects. There is the concern that this increased payback to publishers will just line the pockets of very rich executives, which is totally valid.
Valid
Welcome to
concern,
America.
yeah.
But it hasn't happened yet. And certainly like doing something is better than nothing, and this is something.
Yeah.
It is sort of shaking up how money flows in the games industry, theoretically putting more money in the hands of creators that can create more.
Ideally.
And yeah, make more interesting projects. So it's trying, man.
Yeah.
That's more than anyone else has done, Valve.
Well, I mean, look, do you want to give your money to the guys not making Half-Life 3, or do you want to give it to the guys who might do something good with it?
Fortnite 3!
Maybe this latest move with Shenmue 3 is a bit of PR management by Tim Sweeney and Epic.
It's no good having a game store that everyone hates. That defeats the whole purpose. So this could be a good guy Epic move to try to tamp down the controversy over yet another exclusive.
And considering this is a crowd-funded game, these fans have been with Shenmue 3 for the long haul, so it makes sense that you'd want to make things right with them.
Yeah, they're used to putting all sorts of shit, right, Lawrence?
Oh yeah, like walking around for hours and talking to random people and buying capsule toys.
Finding
They run out of money.
sailors.
Oh, it's real time. You can't speed it up.
It's just like real life. You're half bored most of the time. You waste all your money in the arcade. You gotta go beg your mom for money. It's the ultimate, that's the ultimate life simulator.
Mom, I know Dad's dead. I need money.
Yeah, Sweeney went even further, saying that they won't let this happen ever again, and that Steam keys would be honored even if a game later becomes an Epic exclusive.
Good for them.
They're trying, man. And despite all this "we're doing this for your own good" rhetoric, this seems like the first case where Sweeney and Epic realizing they do have to coexist with other stores instead of just, slamming money on the table and saying, "Come to us."
Yeah.
Here's the fun part: loose math time.
Yay.
We wanted to know how much this would actually cost Epic.
Oh, to refund all the Shenmue 3 backers?
Exactly. The game raised a total of $7.1 million, the bulk of which came from the more than $6.3 million from Kickstarter. And don't forget that Sony is actually kicking in an unspecified amount too. If 20% of the backers demand a refund, that would cost Epic $1.26 million. It's fuzzy math, but that's just 20% of the Kickstarter total.
Sure.
Epic can afford it.
Doubtful. Yeah, last year the developer reported a $3 billion profit in 2018.
Profit!
Fortnite alone made $2.4 billion last year, which means it made $6.5 million a day.
Just Fortnite.
Only
made,
Fortnite.
In revenue, made $6.5 million.
They also have the Unreal Engine, which is basically in every video game.
Yeah,
That's
which they
licensing.
licenses and...
So 1.26 million would represent less than 20% of Fortnite's revenue in a day. A day. Well, this is a weird bit of corporate benevolence. In truth, it's a minuscule amount of money compared to what they bring in on a daily basis.
Yeah, seriously, you know how much I make in a day? Yeah, I can make all your problems disappear, and I can give you new ones. Still, if we're being honest, Epic didn't have to do that. So it's a nice move that should earn them some points, I guess, with some of the PC crowd, but it's nothing for us to throw a couple pennies on the floor,
Right, yeah, no.
which is basically what they did.
It's also like, it's obviously the principle of the matter. I think a lot of PC gamers don't
It
like
is.
to be told what to do or where to go to play their games. And if they do, it's Steam, which they had the same reaction to Steam when it came out way back when. People hate controlled systems in the PC environment until they really get into them, and then they're fine with it.
And they're all right with it, yeah.
Same thing's gonna happen with Epic, man. 2 years down the road, it'll be like, remember when everyone was mad at Epic? And it'll all be fine. Here's the interesting thing. This whole ordeal kind of has us wondering, if Epic can just toss $1 million on the floor, what else can they throw money at to kind of solve problems that they're having in the marketplace right now? It's actually kind of hard to think about what else Epic can spend money on to improve their situation.
Yeah, they're doing everything that we can think of right now.
Right now, so to start, like people rightly say that the Epic Game Store is objectively less functional than Steam.
It is.
That's true. Doesn't support cloud saves, doesn't track your playtime, the offline mode is terrible, not to mention problems with international currencies.
Yeah.
Seen that a lot, but unfortunately no amount of money can remove time from that process
Unless-
Epic... Yeah.
They can
Think
buy
about
a time machine.
I mean, Jeff Bezos is trying to do it, and he's an ass.
That's right.
They can send it to space.
Yeah.
They're currently working on features for the Epic Game Store, going so far as share a public task tracking board with all the in-progress features and estimated delivery dates. You can go and look at it right now.
Which, if you believe the board, means that cloud saves and player time tracking are coming this month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, July.
Happy birthday, America.
I want to know how much I spent on Outer Wilds. I don't know. That time fell into a vortex. So yeah, maybe Epic could throw more money at it, hire tons of people to get these features done faster, but at some point, time is linear, and having more people on something doesn't make it get done faster.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
For now.
You didn't see Avengers Endgame. We got it. It's there. Tony Stark did it.
All you have to do is say, computer, make it. He goes, invert loop. That was it.
Seems to us like Epic is getting these features added to the store as fast as they can. Maybe not. I don't know. We're not experts here, but at least the effort is being made, and they're being transparent about it too.
Yeah, but in the meantime, what else can Epic do with all that money?
It seems like the big problem is they're buying away exclusives. Bah! Hate it.
How dare you? We're a business. That's what they have to do.
Yeah, that's kind of it, right? Like, it's not really realistic to imagine them breaking into this market without buying away exclusives because, like we said, their store is inferior. If you don't have a better product, how do you compete? So it's not ideal, but it's understandable when you consider it from the business end of things. Less ideal from the consumer end, but that's the free market at work. You don't always get everything your way. There are other considerations to be made. So moving on, maybe they just subsidize every video game so they're cheaper. They don't have to buy away exclusives, but games cost $40 on the Epic Store where they're $60 on Steam. That's also kind of already happening, kind of. Except the subsidy is being passed to developers and publishers in the form of a more generous revenue split.
In the case of Metro Exodus, Deep Silver actually passed that subsidy onto the customer and sold the game for $50 instead of $60 in the US.
Yeah.
Well, God bless America.
I mean, it was an
Happy
interesting
birthday.
experiment. Didn't really prevent anyone from raging about exclusivity at the time, so I think companies kind of learned their lesson there that money's not actually the issue. I mean, it is for them, for the developers and publishers,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
for the customer, it seems like the difference between 50 and 60 isn't gonna buy them a lot of goodwill, so why bother with it? They still went through hell for that, and they were like, well, we gave you guys a price break and you still yelled at us!
Maybe they could do something cool, like they just give you like a free game every few weeks. God damn it, they already do that.
Yeah, they're already doing that.
Every time I log in, it's like, hey, take another free game!
Yeah, I don't know where to store them.
Yeah, then it's like, just buy me a GTX 2080.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, are you talking about like food stamps for video cards?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, this truly is cyberpunk. You get that now, right?
How about a random draw to have your student loan debt paid? Or instead of a random draw, let's just pay it all off.
Everyone.
All of it. All the student loan in the US, right? Or in the world.
Tim Sweeney, you can be the Ryan Seacrest of the video game industry.
Let's see if they can do that.
I don't know that a student loan probably adds up to like somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 billion or whatever.
You know, and if you're double lucky, Tim Sweeney will even come to your house and fix your car.
What?
1.2 trillion.
Yeah.
Well, they got a ways to go. 100 years.
We're gonna lower the national debt.
How about this? This is a sad thing right now. If Epic, Amazon, Apple.
US debt is $22 trillion.
Yeah. If they all combined, they could probably pay down most of the national debt. Maybe.
I don't think so.
No, not at.
There are hundreds of billions of dollars.
I know, but if it's
those,
22 trillion.
those, I know.
Let me blow your mind right now. Money's not real. It only exists because we think it does. We just keep printing it until there's more.
You're right.
It's not hard.
Duh.
Now I'm having an existential crisis about the illusion of wealth in this planet.
Sure.
Did you not know about that before? Or?
I usually don't think about it.
Listen, Lawrence, debt's good. It gets you credit so you can buy a boat.
Today's episode is sponsored by MeUndies, who would like you to know that they have some breakthrough tech when it comes to genital comfort. And here at Inside Gaming, we say it every day, every week, every year, we are all about supporting genital comfort. You can't game when your boys are squished or your ladies are smashed. You need to have them caressed with the finest fabrics, and MeUndies will give that to you. MeUndies scientists spend countless hours in their underwear labs testing the softest fabrics. That's right, we're talking men and women in lab coats, pouring liquids back and forth into beakers, using science gloves to caress the bulge of underwear to see just how soft it is. The result? Micromodal fabric, which is a full 3 times softer than boring old cotton. That's right, they've invented new tech for new undies. They got summer-themed prints dropping every Tuesday, so you can look like you're ready for summer when you're sitting inside with all the curtains drawn, playing video games all day. They also have a great offer for us today. For all first-time purchasers, when you buy any MeUndies product, you get 15% off and free shipping. You can get that at MeUndies.com/InsideGaming. Once more, that's 15% off for new customers and free shipping. 100% satisfaction guarantee at MeUndies.com/InsideGaming. Thank you for the sponsorship, MeUndies.
Get robbed? The billion-dollar company, they get robbed?
Just like now?
I don't know, maybe they do.
Great train ride. Anyway, oh no! Did Steam leave its doors unlocked, or was it flashing too much cash while partying with his friends downtown?
Lawrence does that all the time.
Oh yeah, I like bringing out that watch.
Woo, right, making it rain. Oh, here we hold on.
Got a guest pass for a movie, an AMC movie.
Make it rain.